Yeah, I think that's a long ways from there. But yeah, I mean, obviously I know how good I can get, and I keep pushing myself and I keep wanting to get better. And then when I fall short, it really pisses me off. But I really did a good job of, I did.
The 2026 Travelers Championship was supposed to be just another stop on the PGA Tour calendar.
This week, I struck the ball really nicely, and it's just one of those weeks where I was close, but just
4 days of golf, a strong field, and another champion crowned on Sunday evening. But what unfolded at TPC River Highlands turned into something far greater, a battle between two of the most consistent and mentally strong players in modern golf. On one side stood Scottie Scheffler, the world number one, a player known for his calm expression, relentless consistency, and ability to break tournaments apart without ever looking rushed. On the other side was Viktor Hovland, the Norwegian star whose rise in world golf has been defined by precision, patience, and moments of brilliance under pressure. From the very first round, both players made it clear they were not here just to compete. They were here to win. Scheffler's game looked as solid as ever. Fairways, greens, and controlled iron shots became his signature again this week. Every round, he seemed to find a way to stay within striking distance of the lead without ever forcing the issue. Hovland, however, brought a slightly different energy. At times aggressive, at times carefully measured, he showed flashes of world-class shot-making that reminded everyone why he is considered one of the most complete ball strikers on tour. As the tournament moved into the weekend, the leaderboard began to tighten. Birdies started to matter more, mistakes started to hurt more, and slowly, the pressure built toward what everyone could feel coming, a final round showdown. By Sunday afternoon, the stage was perfectly set. The crowd knew it, the players knew it, and the cameras were ready for it. Hole after hole, Scheffler and Hovland refused to let each other go. When one made a birdie, the other responded. When one saved par under pressure, the other matched it with a clutch shot of his own. It was not just a golf round anymore, it was a psychological war. Every swing carried weight. Every putt felt like it could decide the championship. As they approached the final holes of regulation, tension filled the course. The kind of tension that only exists when two elite athletes refuse to blink. Scheffler, as expected, remained steady. No panic, no desperation, just calculated golf. Hovland, meanwhile, began showing moments of emotional intensity, walking faster between shots, taking deeper breaths, fully aware that a career-defining moment was within reach. And then came the 18th hole. The crowd was already standing. Phones were out. Silence fell over certain parts of the course, while others erupted in anticipation. The championship was no longer about 72 holes. It was about one hole. Both players delivered strong tee shots under pressure, splitting the fairway in dramatic fashion. The similarity in their drives almost felt symbolic, neither willing to give even an inch. The approach shots followed. Scheffler struck first, producing a controlled iron shot that landed safely on the green, giving himself a realistic birdie chance. Calm as ever, he simply walked forward, eyes fixed on the hole. Then Hovland responded. A clean, compressed iron shot that flew through the air with perfect trajectory. The ball landed softly, checking up near the hole and setting up an even more aggressive birdie opportunity. The crowd erupted. At that moment, it became clear. This was going to be decided by inches, not yards. Both players walked onto the green knowing what was at stake. One putt could define the tournament. One mistake could hand over the trophy. Scheffler went first in spirit, reading his line with full concentration. Hovland stood nearby, calm but focused, waiting for his turn. The tension was unbearable, and just when it felt like regulation golf couldn't possibly get more intense, neither player backed down. The putts were red, the strokes were taken, but the outcome was still not decided. A playoff was now inevitable. Sudden death. One hole. Two players, one champion. The stage was now even bigger than before. As Monday playoff conditions arrived after the delay, the atmosphere completely changed. What was once a Sunday finish had now turned into a sudden death finale, where every single shot carried championship consequences. The 18th hole once again became the battlefield. Both players stepped onto the tee knowing there was no tomorrow if things went wrong. There was only one outcome available, win or lose, right here, right now. Scheffler teed off first. As expected, the swing was smooth, controlled, and perfectly balanced. The ball cut slightly through the air and found the fairway with precision. No drama, no surprise, just Scottie Scheffler doing Scottie Scheffler things. Then Hovland stepped in. The crowd quieted again. A deep breath, a final look down the fairway, and then a powerful, confident strike. The ball flew straight down the middle, matching Scheffler shot for shot. Neither player was willing to give an opening. Now it came down to the approach, the true championship moment. Scheffler hit first. A perfectly judged iron shot. Clean contact, soft landing. The ball checked beautifully on the green, finishing in a strong birdie range. A classic world #1 response under pressure. The gallery reacted instantly. But Hovland was still there, and he knew it. This was the moment. Hovland selected his club carefully, stepped into the shot, and committed fully. The strike was pure. The ball flew on a perfect line, descending softly toward the green, landing just past the hole and rolling out with control. It was another elite shot, the kind that wins championships. Now everything came down to putting. Scheffler went first. A long, tense read. The kind of putt that feels heavier than it actually is. He struck it with confidence, but as the ball rolled, it just missed its target by a narrow margin. A collective gasp from the crowd. For the first time, Scheffler looked slightly surprised, as if even he expected that one to drop. Now it was Hovland's moment. One putt, one chance. He stepped behind the ball. The crowd went silent. This was no longer just a golf stroke, it was history waiting to happen. The putter came back. The ball rolled, slowly at first, then tracking perfectly. It caught the edge and dropped. For a second, there was silence, followed immediately by an eruption from the crowd. Viktor Hovland had done it. He had defeated the world #1 in sudden death to win the Travelers' Championship. Relief, joy, disbelief. It all hit at once. For Scheffler, it was another reminder of how small the margins are at the highest level of golf. A great week, elite ball striking, but just one putt short in the end. In the post-round interview, Hovland spoke with emotion about the pressure, the challenge, and the respect he had for Scheffler. He admitted how stressful the moment was, but also how he embraced the fight instead of running from it. Scheffler, meanwhile, remained composed in defeat. He acknowledged he played solid golf throughout the week, but accepted that in playoffs, sometimes it comes down to a single putt, and this time, it didn't go his way. What made this victory even more special for Hovland was the personal side of it. His mother witnessing the win in person added emotional weight to an already unforgettable moment. Years of hard work, close calls, and pressure situations had finally resulted in a signature PGA Tour victory on one of the biggest stages. And as the celebrations continued, one thing became clear. This was not just a tournament win, it was a statement. A reminder that in modern golf, no lead is safe, no favorite is guaranteed, and greatness is decided in inches. Viktor Hovland walked away as champion of the 2026 Travelers' Championship, after one of the most dramatic playoff finishes of the season.